When we last have spoken in July, I think we talked about the intelligent enterprise architecture. And then after that, I think we did also a deep dive into the SAP's Industry Cloud as our strategy to drive innovation for the core process and the core business also of our customers. We then explained to you the role of the business technology platform to provide the intelligent technologies for innovation solutions, but also to really drive a business process more efficient and also to accelerate the business transformation, with which we discussed the next practices, but also the innovation at the vertical edge, and we come to that later. And we also talked about the SAP Industry Cloud as an innovation of the ecosystem, where our partners, where also SAP and also co-innovation customers and customer consortia, and I think that it's an important aspect, build a foundation of the intelligence suite, as well as the business network, as we have outlined it here on the slide. So I really have to say we made a lot of progress where we expected to play a key role, but then also in areas where we just didn't really have in focus. So a lot of also unexpected things happened in the time. So our customers really had to remind us how mission critical their SAP systems are to operate, for example, the global vaccine supply chains. And actually it starts from the bottles to research, development, but then also manufacturing towards the distribution and also of the operations of the vaccine centers, including, and you have seen that also to the vaccination itself. So a pretty key end-to-end process, which we really can cover now. So on a really, really short notice, we have built a vaccination collaboration hub that really provides an end-to-end view along the overall vaccine supply chain. So maybe we roll the video.
A supply chain challenge of new proportions.
Humanitarian logistics is a big challenge in our fight against the pandemic. The SAP solutions enable digitized planning, procurement, inventory management, and delivery of the vaccines.
Yeah, and we have made a lot of progress in many of these industry sectors, and also on the individual industries. And you just see here a few examples where we outline the different content. So actually, here is a deep dive to the consumer products as one example of the consumer products industry, with a selection, in this case, of key assets that explain our strategy, that explain the solutions, but also not only doing that, also in an easy format and an easy way to consume by our field organization in a digital way. So I really would like to highlight that we really have cleaned that up. Now, I know there are a lot of questions also from your side, and we have a very broad selection of industry cloud solutions, as you can see here, and that is developed by SAP, but also, Ralf will talk about that later, by our partners. And of course, I know that was a key ask from yourself last time. What are the roadmaps and with more things to come? And I think we really would like to go into that also in this session here. But to make it clear and to make it really relevant, I think it's key that we talk about a few clear examples, and I will pick only a selection out of that. So first of all, it's about a partner solution. It's called ETM Next solution, built by our partner, in this case, BearingPoint, which makes the management of equipment and also the tool fleets much more efficient and much more profitable compared to all what we have before. So BearingPoint was a great example here on ETM Next. The second piece I think is very important. It's the intelligent trade claims management. And in this case for consumer product companies, which really makes one of the most expensive but also most tedious business processes much more efficient. And also using in that way artificial intelligence, for example, but also leveraging the machine learning capabilities. The third one, and we touched briefly on that last time, is the whole topic of the clinical trial supply management, which fits a little bit to the example which I've shown earlier, which is used to be a truly exotic business process, as we all know. So this changed in a big way a year ago. And really, in this case, a consortium of key players are working together with us now to create this next practice of the clinical trials here with the key leaders in the industry. And then the last one, I think, which I wanted to share as an example is the digital vehicle hub, which really aggregates and also distributes the vehicle data to enable new but also data-driven business process models and business models in the space of the new mobility. And I think here you clearly will see how the different industries will play together. So pretty clear examples, proof points now: ETM Next, intelligent claims management, clinical trial management, and the digital vehicle hub, which are really core processes of different industries, just a selection which I wanted to share today. There's a huge demand right now, obviously, in the whole life science industry, where we do a lot of activities, so which I outlined now as a starting point. What we also see, I would say that's not anymore one industry. What we see due to the also a little bit accelerated now to the COVID, the whole acceleration of the different industries, how they fit together. I see a big uptake and a big demand which we are seeing coming up. And I know we have basically made that statement maybe proactively, where we said, wow, where is the automotive industry going? The automotive industry is very keen on the industry cloud moving forward. We see a big uptake in utilities moving where they are today from a billing towards a customer-centric way, including the whole market communication, which is a key differentiator, which you need to do depending on the country you are in. So I would say these are key front runners. And obviously, there's a key demand, which Kai elaborated earlier, in the area of CP and retail. So I feel we have picked the right ones. Obviously, there is an acceleration going on the life science, I would say, and also in the combination, obviously, with public sector. But I would say these are the key ones: CP, retail, utilities, and then also auto and life science in that way. Kai, anything else you see?
No, beyond this, I mean, of course, we have some industries that are impacted by COVID now quite a lot that are consolidating. But there are also, I mean, Industry Cloud is an innovation platform. We are talking about the use of AI and ML in there. And there are use cases, if you think about asset management, for example, and maintenance, where actually we are making use really of these advanced technologies right now, which are also part of the Industry Cloud. If you think about Industry 4.0 and all the automation that is happening in the manufacturing process, again, this is something where Industry Cloud has an impact, because also we see, for example, complete different ways on how cars are not only manufactured in a make-to-order scenario, but where you have modular production. So where we see really the evolving taking place. And this is where Industry Cloud kicks in. And this is where actually technology is being infused into these additional industries.
On one side, you see that we are going with our big business networks like Ariba, the spend management, procurement, and manufacturing, consolidating them, bring them together into one network. For the Industry Cloud, we are integrating with those. Obviously, you can use them and connecting them. But what we also see is that customers that are adopting network as a business model want to have solutions in our Industry Cloud. And one of the big plays there is the second pillar, are the big ones that Peter already mentioned, where we bring in an entire industry into the Industry Cloud, like automotive. It's the entire supply chain. It's the automotives. You have seen BMW, for instance, the suppliers like Bosch or Siemens and service providers to systems. They are coming there together in one industry cloud. So these are the big plays. We are looking which industries may be next there. It could be chemicals, could be life science, could be also in retail. Typically, in those industries where you have less competition and more collaboration already, are prone to do something like this. And the third pillar is there we have smaller networks, like our construction business network or construction network, where we have functionality where then customers around a single player, single customers can come together. So these are our three strategies that we are currently following with the business networks. And in future, I know that many of you here understand under industry cloud, not just a platform where we sell apps, it's really this collaboration aspect. And that's something that we have also as a vision, but it's an evolution. Everybody knows building up a business network is not an easy task. It's really a lot of work, but this is really what we are pursuing here.
And maybe one additional comment on the business network, right? Elaborating on that and building on that, what the Sven was talking about. I also feel the business network will look different. So I think you cannot say there's a business network for, let's say, the automotive industry. As soon as you announce that, at least that was what we have basically figured out. You immediately have companies who would like to get closer to the automotive companies, right? Could be the mining companies, could be the chemical companies. Why? The chemical companies, I don't know, in selected countries, they make 30-40% revenue with the automotive companies. So they want to get super close to them and be part of that network, which help them to grow their revenue again. So I agree, we will see completely new networks, but also completely new industries moving forward. Public health will be a completely new way. It's not anymore produce this vaccine thing for the public, right? It's producing it for Timo, for Kai, for Josh, for all the different people in a personalized way. That is the way where it goes.
LTI is an example here. They have built fundamentally an entire intelligent enterprise for the construction industry, right? There's boutique consultancies. I mean, Peter touched on the whole space of life science management, and there's a small boutique partner called 10th. Everyone can Google and see what they did already. There's a beautiful roadmap ahead for SAP with our customers together, with our own solutions and with them. It's, for instance, in the context of the clinical trial and supply chain management. Technology partners come in, management consultants come in, a new breed for us, right? The Bains, the McKinseys, the BCGs, they join the party. They see that there's something there, something big, and they sort of wondering how can they productize, templatize almost their IP that has been sitting so far in engagements, work together with us, create package software, which is a completely new model for them and for us jointly with them, so to speak, right? And of course, and Sven is working on this quite a bit with us since quite some years. We see that more and more of our customers turn into partners. Honeywell is a perfect example. We talked about that before. So, Timo, I could go into any depth of these.
Just recently, we teamed up with Ralph's team and had 6 partners in the utility space do a hackathon, a first sprint of a hackathon, and implement their ideas in the utility space. And we saw very nicely that, number one, their scope complements what we want to do in the utility space as well. We're building our own cloud-native utility solution that we'll bring to the market later this year. So we have a nice complement in scope on a consistent set of the technologies, right? And just before I hand back, just one last thing. Obviously, as we evolve the platform, our partners and customers will also be able to get the benefits of that. Just recently, we announced the acquisitions coming up for Signavio. So everything that we do in the business process intelligence, business process space will, be able to share with our partners here and with our customers. And same goes for the AppGyver acquisition, which is around the corner, which will help us with our no-code portfolio, making it easier for developers on the platform to crank out industry cloud applications.